Alrighty, we are back for episode 20. And what a way to close out the week. Coming off of the first title, my title, the Portland Trailblazers are the NBA champions, trying to defend the crown in year number 19 of our careers. We're starting to see us turn back. It's getting a little worse. I think Lofty's like a 92 or something, or a 91. We're not as good as we once were, but it doesn't matter because I picked up a title. All I have to do now is hope that I can catch Ben in the overall race. Before we get into that, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Thanks to everybody that's been watching this from the beginning. I've had a lot of fun doing this. It's way more than I would have ever expected. So I'm happy that there's been some people here coming for the entire journey. We're getting close to the end. Here's one look at the standings for all of us heading into season number 9. Okay, so in season 18, I picked up 78 points, which was the highest score we've had so far. I gained 42 on Ben, cut the lead to 38, so I need to do it all again. Lofty, I actually think the Jazz might be a little bit better than they were last year, but I'm not expecting anything too crazy. It's not like he's going to win or anything. It's not even close. I just need to hope that Ben has an off year. In the power rankings, the Spurs are like 4th heading into the season. But in the mock drafts, they're expected to pick like 3rd or 4th. So I don't really know how good they're supposed to be, and I'm a little nervous about it. You guys can judge for yourselves. Here's a look at the lineups after the first week of the season. All right, so starting with the Spurs, we've got Calbert Anderson, 87 overall. He's really become like a mainstay for the Jazz. I feel like, has he been here forever? Yeah, 27, 28. Just slow climb, and now he's like last year or 2 years ago, he averaged 14 and 10 assists, 87 points. I mean, he's just quality point guard for the Spurs. Roman Gornev, we know he's the shooting guard. Ben is that small forward. Mark Lloyd starting to take a couple steps back, 84, and then Kevin Garnett's son Sam, 74 overall. That's not going to get it done at center. Johan Fredrickson, 81, Dustin Neal, 80, Jalen Green, 80. So they've got an 8-man rotation, but they are really missing a big man. Unless Sam Garnett can just be incredible defensively, I think he's going to have some... I think San Antonio is going to have some struggles being able to defend any teams with like any legitimate big. Jazz off to a 1-4 start. Desmond Leonard, 76 overall, the 28th pick in the 2029 draft. He's the starting point guard. That's not great. Andrew Westbrook, 84 overall. That's a little bit better. Lofty is just a 90 now. That's kind of crazy, but still holding it down. Tomas Gilbert, the Mr. Irrelevant in 2037 is a 74 overall, not great, but they do have Steven Moncrief now. So Lofty does have a second banana. There's just nothing else. None of these guys. Everybody's bad. They've had so many lottery picks, but they don't have a single bench player north of 80. They don't even have a single bench player north of 77. They're 1-4 to start the year. They're going to be bad, but they should be so much better. I don't know how you could be so devoid of talent. Finally, my Portland Trailblazers, 4-1 to start the year. Gerard Gill at point guard. Roy Stevens, who's just an 80 now, kind of bums me out. Makes me sad that he's not what he used to be. We've got myself, obviously Josh Engleman, 97 overall. We got a text from my wife at the same time. I'm sure you heard that. Thierry McCoot, still holding it down at power forward. Man, it feels like he's been here for way longer than that. Adrian Parker at center, good enough. Noah Benson, 83. Brandon Cardinal, I don't think he's related to Brian Cardinal, judging by the graphic, 82. Brett Hughes, 81. So right there gives me a solid 8-man rotation. We still have Evan Mobley, who's not really a part of anything. Those are the same guy. Oh my God. Ian Underwood and Evan Mobley are the same guy, just different hair. Same mouth, same... Everything's happening the same. Crazy. Amatidis is back. Oh, sorry for screaming into the microphone. I wasn't ready to see that. After getting traded to Indiana, playing 2 seasons in Indiana, barely, and barely playing for Atlanta last year, he's coming back to chase a ring. Oh, how great would it be if we can get Amatidis a ring after everything he had been through with Portland? It would make me so happy. I'm really nervous here. I thought that I had a second good dude, and I don't. So I'm not entirely sure why I'm 4-1. I guess the pieces just fit together really well. Well, now, for the first time, it feels like the entire series, neither myself, Ben, or Laffy are the player of the month in November in the Western Conference. Melvin Ferguson gets it in the East, and Theodore Valentine gets it in the West for the Suns. I'm not happy. Portland 12-6, San Antonio 11-7. Decent start for both of us. Utah 5-14. Couldn't have seen that one coming. Theodore Valentine 96 overall. He was the second pick in the 2033 draft, and he's going bananas. Shooting 52% from 3 so far this season. Good luck, Suns. Ben still third in scoring. I am fifth. Ben tends to score more than I will, so I don't expect to get that money back from, or those points back from him. Ben, 2 years left on his deal. I've got 2 years left. No idea what's left on Laffy's deal. Even scoring? Where's Dave Loughran? Rutrow. Oh, no. Playing out the last year of his contract, making $77 million. Laffy tore his right MCL and will be out 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, the Jazz are fixing to be real bad. Time for all-star captains. Team Lewis and Team Theodore. Alvin. Theodore Valentine, Lewis Johnson, 2 all-star captains. We're in Philly. Ben is the first pick from Theodore Valentine. I am the first pick from Lewis Johnson. No all-star. Laffy's getting a bagel. No all-star appearance for Laffy because of the torn MCL. Congratulations. Happy. What am I doing? Chad King, Curtis Weber, Donnell Daniels, Clay Duncan, one-time all-star, and he's a starter. Stephen Moncrief, Howard Baker. Congrats to everybody for making the all-star team for the first time. And if you're paying attention, Ben and I are the only 2 people in the entire league that have made the all-star team more than 10 times. We are also both 18-time all-stars. All right, looks like we had some November and December trades. So in November, the Jazz traded Tomas Gilbert in a second rounder for Lyle Hill. Then in December, I traded starting power forward Thierry McCoud, 2041 first rounder for Reed Gregory and a second round pick. Is Reed Gregory any good? He's an 81 overall, averaging 16 boards. So this dude is just, all he does is rebound. He's like DeAndre Jordan without Chris Paul. I also the Spurs traded Tyron Olsen and a second rounder for Shane Pittman. Does Shane Pittman improve anything? Nope, 75 overall. Blazers traded Matthew Stewart for Monty Park and a second rounder. I don't remember who Matthew Stewart is, so I can't imagine Monty Park is any good. How long is Earl Timberlake going to be in this damn league? Spurs traded Garnett's kid for Samuel Chase. Samuel Chase is a 76 overall, so that is what I like to call irrelevant. Jazz traded Warren Hopkins and Igor Titov for Leslie Howell and Cody Mullins. I'll just assume that those guys stink. Uh-oh. So at the trade deadline, Ben is third in the All-Star race. I don't think anybody's taking it from Theodore Valentine, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm not up there, and that makes me a little nervous that I'm hurt. Standings, Spurs. So it looks like the power rankings are right. 35-20 at the top of the heap. That's not fun for me, but Calbert Anderson, Ben, that's a good combo. They're a solid team. I'm third at 31-23. Jazz climbing a little bit, 22-34. Maybe this is the Ewing theory, and they got rid of Laffy, and they're better. Well, I'm not hurt, so that's good. Okay, so the Bulls have a point differential twice as good as the next team. You want to know why? They are loaded. Loaded. Sid Smart, 95. Lewis Johnson, 94. Lewis Lyles, 91. Warren Parks, 84. Arthur Sutton, 88. Then we go to the bench, 86. I mean, those 6 guys everybody's playing for second place this year. All right, I know I'm not going to win the MVP here, but just please don't let Ben sneak in and get it. This should be Theodore Valentine, though, in a rout. Theodore Valentine, 34, 8, and 5, 2 steals, 46% from 3. Yeah, this dude for sure should be the MVP. I believe the Suns have the number 1 seed in the West, too. Johan Fredrickson, 13 and 12 with 2.5 stocks. Rookie of the year, 2nd overall pick. 86 overall now. So good. Earl Green, 6th man. Rashid Anderson. 8 and 9 with 2.5 blocks. Almost 2.5 blocks. I rounded up to 2.5. Donnell Jennings, most improved player. Nick Nurse, coach of the year. I don't even know what team he coaches. All right, so Ben makes first team All-NBA, and I do not make it. This is a sad time in that I don't think I can catch him. I don't think that I'm going to be able to catch Ben. I think seeing Ben as the first team All-NBA guy is going to lock up the title for him. I have to win the NBA championship. That's my only shot. And I don't think I'm as good as Ben. I didn't even make the second team. Third team All-NBA Josh Engleman, 38 years old, still a 95. I averaged 28, 5, and 4. I mean, I can only be so upset here. You can see the shooting trickling off and the field goal percentage. So is that just a cap? Is that a bug? I play 36 minutes a game every year like clockwork. That feels like a bug. Ben and I both make first team all defense though, so that's certainly a good sign. No sign of Laffy anywhere, so Laffy puts up the bagel. Noah Benson, all rookie first team, 84 overall. That'll help. Alrighty, so Blazers are the 3rd seed, and I get the Kings in round 1. Fantastic. Spurs are the 2 seed, so we can play each other in the next round. And the Bulls ended up as the number 2 seed overall. Toronto. They did get a couple top picks once Ryan Bosch, once everyone left Ryan Bosch, but Jackie Garnett's a 90, 287s. Is Ryan Bosch still here? Ryan Bosch is still here, but he's a 73. And he averaged 20. How many minutes? Oh, that's per 36. I was like, what in the world? Okay. Well, here goes nothing. By the way, Ben averaged 29-4, beating me out for the bonus points for points per game. Kings lead 3-2. Spurs in Denver 2-2. Bulls are about to get dumped, of course. 3-2 Spurs. Surprise, surprise. Well, I win by 30 in Game 6, but Game 7 against the Sacramento Kings, which feels like it's the 100th time that's happened. Gill drops 31. I had 29, 6, and 5. Yeah, so going to Game 7. Spurs moving on. So Ben is into the second round. Drops 24. Send the Nuggets home. They are no longer a team to worry about, boys. You vanquished them last year. You know what to do. Whew. Closer than I would have liked it, but I will take it. The Blazers move on to the next round to face Ben Rasa and the San Antonio Spurs. Josh Engleman, 28, 5, and 4 to close him out, plus 15. I'm peaking. Ha! Bulls came back from 3-1 down, knocked out the Pistons. That would have been great. Oh no, the Raptors lose in Game 7. Could that be the end of the career of Ryan Bosch? We will see at the end of this season. But first, it's time for Spurs Blazers. Suck it, Ben. Game 1 goes to the Spurs. Nope. Game 1 goes to the Blazers. Engleman drops 20. I will take that W. Ben dropped 41 in a loss. Minus 18 for the game. Nobody wants a ball hog. Spurs return serve. 27-point W. Engleman drops 21, minus 21 for the game. Ben with 33, 6, 5, and 3. It's 1-1 heading to Portland. 2-1 Spurs. And evidently, Roy Stevens pulled a back muscle. That's not great. Engleman drops 32 in a loss. Ben has 34, 10, 5, 3, and 2 in a win. 2-1 Spurs. So I was blowing them out. It was 62-33 at the half, and then they outscored me by 20 in the third quarter to make it a little bit closer. But Blazers win Game 4, so it's 2-2. Engleman with 34 and 3. Ben had 38 and 9 in a losing effort. Wow. Oddly enough, I was minus 1 for the game. Ben was plus 3, but we won by 12. I'll take what I can get. Draw Gill. Game 7 hero. Oh, stripped! Steal! Not stripped! I don't know what to do. 10 seconds to go. Rasa with the ball. Oh, he's taking him one-on-one here. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2. Ben's going to take a bomb. Oh, if he would have hit that, it would have sucked. We're going to OT. It was never really close enough to jump back in at 121-117. Spurs pick up the overtime win. Ben scores 29-8-5. I had 23-6-4, but plus 13 for the game. Only played 34 minutes, however, because of reasons. 3-2 Spurs. Oh, no. So, we're going to Game 7, and I am wildly nervous. Engleman with 24-6-4. Ben with 24-4. Rough one there, minus 20. Game 7 against Ben. Winner moves to the Western Conference Finals. Cheers to Ben. We'll watch it tick away. My dreams of repeating as champion are over. Ben holds serve. 125-115. 32-5, not enough. 27 shots. Ben goes for 31-7-4. And he's on to the Western Conference Finals. 2-2. Suns and Spurs heading to Game 5. 3-2. Big game here for Ben. Needs this finals appearance. He actually doesn't. He's going to win handily over me. And that's the end of the Spurs. 133-122. Ben drops 31-10, but it's certainly not enough because Theodore Valentine, 43-7 on 6 of 12 from 3 and 15 of 22 from the field. 43 points in 43 minutes. And the league's MVP is on to the finals. Bulls lost. Holy shit. Suns in a clean sweep. Theodore Valentine averages 37, 10, and 7 in the finals. Completely deserves the title. Player retirements. Luka Doncic. That is it. James Wiseman. Nico Mannion. Just making sure that LaMelo Ball. Making sure none of us are hiding in here. Man, I really wanted to get that title for Amantidis. Quinn Snyder retires. Maybe the Jazz can get a good coach in there. Luka Doncic and James Wiseman both make the Hall. Nico Mannion gets his jersey retired with the Mavs. Luka Doncic doesn't. So that happened. LaMelo Ball gets it retired with the Pacers. James Wiseman with the Knicks. All right, league meetings. Bonus, no. Certainly not going back to a 45-second shot clock. Odds of obtaining a top 3 pick are based on the final record. Approved. I'm going to reject that. I want the lottery. Standings rule rejected. Top 8 teams from each conference are seeded 1 to 16 for the playoffs. Approved. And I'm letting it go. Eastern Conference gone. Western Conference gone. It's 1 to 16 for the entire playoffs. I couldn't be happier. I would have put that through if I could have. No realignment. Yeah, I guess the Jazz are in the lottery, huh? Jazz have the 6th best odds of picking first. Lots of trades up here. Nuggets acquired a pick with a... Lakers get back in. I don't know. All sorts of weird stuff. Jazz fall to 9. That's some terrible luck. Jazz hire Luke Wallace as their head coach. I believe that's the guy that they hired... in that weird season where they fired Quinn Snyder, hired Luke Wallace, fired Luke Wallace, hired Luke Walton, fired Luke Walton, and then brought back Quinn Snyder. I hope I got that right. Jazz, okay, so this is kind of big. It's important. It's never going to matter in this sim. I wish that it would. The Jazz take Rock Drobnyak, but he's not coming over for 2 years. The problem is here, he's actually good. So, potential of A, Horace Grant is the comp. Like, this guy can be a really, really good piece. He's just not going to come over until he's 24. He was a projected high-round guy. I'm assuming he fell because of not coming over for 2 years. There's another, like, international guy that's supposed to be really good. Is it Lekic? I think so. Yeah, 77 overall. I think he had A+ potential. Nope, B+. It's not him. Where'd the guy go? I already can't remember who the hell it was. I'm pretty sure it was Lekic, but now I'm just forgetting. All right, where are the Spurs and where am I? Spurs take Jose Rivera, 73 overall, 19-year-old from Argentina. B+ potential. Comps to Daryl Arthur, so that sucks. I'm assuming I don't have a pick. Yeah, of course not. Okay, so actually Jazz did something. They signed a couple guys to individual deals, including my boy, Amantidis. So thanks for stealing my sloppy seconds, Laffy. Lester Gibson gets 3 for 30. Karan Brand signs for 3 years and $82 million. And Laffy re-ups on a 1-year deal for $53 million. Is Karan Brand any good? 76 overall, 75, 73, 79, 89. Okay, so they're bad. Laffy's an 86. All right, Karan Brand's an 83. The Jazz still stink. Spurs give their Johan Fredrickson 4 years and $94 million and do very little else. I give Evan Mobley 2 more years and $34 million. Gerard Gill gets $142 million. Man, I handed out a lot of money to some guys that I don't think are very good. All right, player progression now. Ben finally sees himself take a step back to a 95. Calvert Anderson coming off a great season, 15 and 9. He's an 86. Gornev 83. Fredrickson re-upped. He's up to an 82. Dustin Neal up to an 81. Mark Lloyd dropped 3. Age is catching up with him soon. Mirko Petrovic +5, 81 overall. They just sort of fixed their center issue. Shane Pittman's terrible. That's a 7-point drop from Petrovic to Pittman. All right, for the Blazers, I'm a 93 overall. Noah Benson up. I dropped 3, so that's a heartbreaker. Noah Benson is an 84, up 1. Gerard Gill signs the big deal, goes up 2, 84. Reed Gregory, 83, the rebound machine, averaged 13 last year. Brett Hughes is an 80. Ian Underwood, a 79. I paid him way too much. Monty Parks, 78. Roy Stevens still here, but down to 77. Christos Giannou finally comes over, +6, but still just a 77. Evan Mobley still around. 2 years, $34 million to be bad. 77 overall is not great. And then we've got the Jazz. Sidney Moncrief, 89. Laffy falls 4 points overall to 86. This could be his last year. Karan Brand, 83. And then it's just a dumpster fire of garbage in Utah. Rok Drobnyak is like the 7th best guy on the team already. He won't be here for 2 years. Laffy will already be gone. My boy Amantides playing it all out now. Probably not going to get on the court much, but sorry you got to play out your career in Utah. Alrighty, season number 19 is in the books, and this one might be the most disgusting we've had. Ben picks up the win by 7. Laffy fully bagels. Actually, this is not right. Those are not the right points. Caught it while I'm on here. We could talk it through. 31-16. Ben was first team All-NBA. I was third team. So, corrected on the screen now. 31-16. Ben wins. Laffy still bagels, however. It's not great. It's not the same scoring we're used to. And this will pretty much cement Ben, unless I get some sort of like really garbage hanger-on rings if I leave and play for like 22 years. I think it's over, and I think Ben is the winner. Total standings through 19 seasons. Ben at 751. I'm at 698. Laffy puts up his second bagel of his career. Stays at 184. I think that's going to end up being it. Possible we see Laffy retire after year 20. Ben and I are still looking okay, so we might get another year after that. It would be really awesome if Ben would just retire and I would stick around. But it's looking like Ben Raza might be the winner of the Clone Wars we've got going on. Tough season. I thought that I had a shot at winning the title. I thought that I had a chance at knocking off Ben. Unfortunately, it wasn't true. So, that's it. Until the weekend is over, we'll be back for Season 20 on Monday. Like button, subscribe. You know the drill. Thanks for joining me. Have a good weekend. Talk to you in the morning.